I like to work. I like my job, and I didn't want to leave because I really had to. And my sister Jackie said, you know, you gotta go. You gotta come back, come here to see Mom. And then I went to my boss, who was Kim at the time, and she says, Elsa, I think you need to go. Go ahead and go. I don't want you suffering here at work thinking of your mom. Just go. It's kind of her to let me go. I came home, and that rest of the day, my mom was declining. She was in pain, she was suffering, and that night, my brothers, I was holding her stomach. The hospice nurse was telling me, your mom needs your approval, she needs to go, but you need to let her go. And I didn't understand what she meant. Then my brother, Abby, was holding her legs and her arms, and my brother Dolby had his cheek next to her, and my mom just wanted to just leave. And I didn't know it until the hospice nurse said, hey, your mom, you gotta let your mom go. She's waiting for something. She's ready to go, but she's waiting for something. My nephew was on the receiving line. He says, my nephew Alex, who's Alex's son, says, Grandma, it's okay to go. And then my brother Adam says, Mom, we don't want you to suffer anymore. My brother Yogi says, Mom, I don't want you to suffer anymore. And I was like, I don't want you to leave me, but you are suffering. And I can see the grimace in her face. She's tortured, she's in pain, she didn't talk. And it was amazing because it was like a slow goodbye. It was like trying to say goodbye that evening to us. And my brother's cheek was next to her cheek like this, and my brother was holding, like I said, my brother was holding her legs, and I was holding her stomach. And I said, okay, Mama. The nurse says, let your mom go. And I said, Mama, it's okay, you can leave. And then her breathing started to slow down. And then we felt it wasn't scary anymore. It was, I don't know how to explain it. It wasn't scary. When she was giving up her ghost, I don't know, I just didn't know what it was like to have a dead person a person die in my arms. And when she was giving up her ghost, my brother was saying, hey, this is the last breath. And I said, no, it's not, because I was on her stomach. And I said, no, she's breathing still. And then my brother Billy says, his cheek is right next to my mom, he's breathing her breath. And I go, how could she not be breathing? How could it be the last breath if you're breathing with her? And he says, last breath. And then I said, I don't. No, it's not, because her stomach's still moving. And then the nurse came by behind me, the hospice nurse came by behind me, and my brother says, that's the last breath. And then the hospice nurse came up to me and said, it is the last breath. And she shook her head. No more, your mom's not there anymore. So, I was thanking God, I was praising God that she was relieved from her pain. So, I kept hanging on to her stomach. My brother kept hanging on to her feet. He had his arms wrapped around her legs. And my brother Dobie still had his cheek next to my mom's cheek. And we just stood there for like another hour or two with her lifeless body. So, yeah, it was still warm. And the hospice nurse says, you know, they're going to come pick up your mom's body in 2 or 4 hours. So, just be ready then. And I said, okay. And she said, here's the number. You can go ahead and call them in 2 or 4 hours when you're ready to have them pick up your mom. And I said, okay. Now, Vitas, these are hospice nurses from a company called Vitas, and they're really good. I'm not trying to sell them, but they are very good. They're taking care of hospice, in hospice situations. They're very good. And they were very understanding with us. But you know, I stayed there with my mom. She died at 10:30, and I stayed there with my mom, and I laid with her, and my brothers were there. It was so weird because it was like, yeah, and I laid there with her for 12 hours. By the time the sun was already up and it was warm then. Sunrise came up and I thought, oh, we'll just call it later. And we just kept putting it off till finally it was like close to noon. And Alma and Jackie and my nephews were there, and they're like, oh, wow, you know, we were talking to her still, 12 hours in her lifeless body. I still couldn't let her go. I mean, there was a reality. She wasn't in that body anymore. But our morning, it was strange, but I think that helped with my mourning, because I think if she died and I wasn't with her, I'd be feeling a little more guilty. But because she got our permission to go, and she died in our arms, it was an amazing experience. But I just wanted to thank everyone who helped us with that mourning experience. There's a lot of people that came to the rosaries that were not very Catholic, and it really helped with the meditation. It's very spiritual. It helped us heal during those 9 days, and even after. So we have a lot of people to thank for praying for us and for helping us rejoice in my mom's life, commemorating my mom's life. And I know that times are hard. It's risky being here in a room full of nice people. You don't know what you're going to contract, but hopefully we'll get out of here virus-free. Not just coronavirus, but all virus-free. And we pray hard to keep you guys. Pray about that God keeps you all healthy and safe. And thank you for loving my mom and caring for her and just remembering her. I'm going to let these guys take over if they want to say anything today.
If there was a sweet way to die, I've seen a lot of death in my life. And if there was a sweet way to die, the way my mom died, I think I'd like that. I'd like my loved ones around me. I'd love God in my heart. And I'd love that freedom. She didn't suffer long. She smoked for a long time. She smoked for many years. But the way that she died, she got sick last month, well, in August. She did not suffer much. I thank the Lord that. But if there is a sweet way to die, if there's a happy way to die, I believe that my mom died happy. You know why? Because I know what she had in her heart. We seen it right when she gave it that ghost. It was a freedom. It was like, next thing you know, she probably came down straight from heaven. Jesus, give my boys a chance. Give Dobie a chance. No, what I mean is, I know that's the way I would want to go. If I was going to go, I'd want to die. Each of my boys, many grandchildren, maybe, I don't know. But many loved ones around me. That's what she had. Like I said, I thank the Lord. And I thank him so much for giving me that chance to get my life and spend that quality time that I really needed. It's a blessing. I preach each one of you have a history with my mom. Whether it's church, even guys that work for her. I want to thank them guys out there, especially my partner William. These guys out here, he seen me at work. He was there. He wakes up with me. He goes to work with me. And I can tell, he don't say much. I do all the talking at work. We joke around and stuff, but he's there to listen. I want to thank that guy for listening. And the guys at work, they told me, take Friday off. I want to keep my mind occupied. I want to stay busy. But you know what? I thank God I took it off. It's my mom. It's my mom. And there's so much. The pastors came out. Pastor Tor came out. We prayed and we sang songs. Instead of mourning, we sang for my mom. As she lay here in her bed. But you know what? We knew where she was at. And I'm praying that Jesus took her and said, good, they're singing for me. And we sung Amazing Grace. That's why that song is so precious. It's precious anyways, because it is grace. God saved us through his grace. But it just makes us so happy to know that she's in heaven. And that we have to remember there is a life after this. This life is only temporary. Like my mom said, and like little Alex mentioned last night, she lived 80 years. It mentions it in the Bible. Lived 80 years. After 80 years, it's a blessing. And she lived many blessed years. And it was a blessing to know that my mother's touched so many people. No matter who it was. No matter any person it was, she would always open the door. Are you hungry? You want to eat? You want to make room? Yeah. No, we never lost it. Well, we might start that now. Right. But it's just, like I said, I started out, it was a sweet death. And I wouldn't ask for any special death than that, because I've seen other deaths where they're fighting to live. I remember when we were in the doctors and I was standing next to my mom. I was so lucky that the nurse snuck me in when my mom was in the ER. And she kind of snuck me, come on, I'll take you to your mom. As I was with my mom, the other doctors came in and said, we got a serious question now. Do you want us to DNR? In other words, do you want us to bring your mom back to life if her heart stops? They asked my mom that question. They didn't ask me. They asked my mom, because she was a bright state of mind. They asked my mom, do you want us to bring you back to life? She, without hesitating, she says, no. I said, Mom, you want them? No, I don't. I'm ready to go. She's ready to see Jesus. That's a true example of a Christian. Not being scared, being ready at all times. That's what I want. I want to be ready. I could be working 60 feet in the air one day. Something fell, I could die. But I want that sweet death where I know, you know what? Boom! I'll be looking down. Hey, there's my voice. There's my voice. They say death is scary. I know it's scary, but you know what? There's another life. I thank the Lord for that life. I'll let my wife speak.
Yeah, well, what I feel is my mom died too soon. I think, I really have time to spend with her like I want to. Yeah. Because I don't want to take care of my dad, and I feel like 3 times. Other thing, you know? She's not there to do it. She stays with her in the house. One thing I want to do is learn her, not quit. Learn how to cook like her, and never got her cash. And probably brilliant one time. Gambling came first.
All they do is make a mess in the
I
house.
don't know, thing about it is, she always told me, learn the Bible, read the Bible. And she's reading the Bible, and kind of like, it's just too thick. I did it while I was in jail, thank God. And I told her where we're at in the Bible. And she just happened to be in jail. Yeah, her and my buddy come away and anyway, there's a lot of things I get to mom be good, no matter how bad or how mad never mind. There is, one family too bad, somebody was in there, and, I love my mom, and mom really didn't love me a lot, and I'm like, something.
I'm sorry, I'm not very good public speaker.
The only one that really did me was Mom. I love you, Mom.
I mean, Dopey, my brother.